3, 2. What's going on, everybody? So, welcome to the Archa Cafe, our every Sunday show. And I am a hot mess. Like, I am not ready for this. So, we're just going to throw that on this evening.
Yeah.
So, welcome. Nelson says, hi, everyone. Just a crypto guy.
Hi
Hello, all.
guys.
Kira, hey, peeps. Stacy, how you
Yup.
doing, sir? Hello. Danny, let's go. Mr. Ultra, your ears must have been burning. Good morning to you too, sir. We're just talking about a little bit about Discord.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, I'm a little confused now. 2:30 or 3 a.m. in the morning for Ultra. Is it good morning or good night?
for him, who knows? They probably all his days run together, I'm sure. Let's see, Donnie. Hey, what's going on,
Yeah.
Erwin? Yeah,
Nice.
Crispy's here. Welcome. Good evening, all. Good
Ban
morning to
crispy.
you.
Ban crispy.
Yeah, ban Crispy. They were trying to ban me earlier because I didn't have the frog collection. So one of the other things too,
Yeah.
well, I want to point out here. Let's see, we got about 15 people in. We are going to work on trying to shorten this up just a little bit for us. We know we get carried away. It happens.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sarah Ray,
The
greetings
haircut.
all.
Yeah.
Crispy haircut, looking sharp.
It's
Yeah.
crispy.
Let's see. Got people viewing from the Philippines. Welcome,
Wow.
welcome.
Nice. Let me just
So,
also put out a quick tweet so people
yes,
get to know we are live.
I know we have been. It's been one of them nights. So it is going to be
Yep.
us. We're going to have a few special guests. Unfortunately, Mr. Quester can't join us this evening. Let's see. You sound better this week, Caddy. Yes, that was a rough week last week, but hey, guess what? I still managed to be here with you guys. That is always my goal. Always my goal. Evening Arca Legion. Welcome, Mr. DeLuca. How you doing tonight, sir?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Go through some of these. Let's see what's happening. Oh, that was you. Okay. I was looking over in the cafe chat. So Mr. Quester's been keeping up with us. Just unfortunately, he should be back with us next week, from what I understand. Let's see, Zen. That mustache on Mr. Oslin looks better this week too. Wait till the new cam comes in. It's going to be just gleaming over there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. What do I got happening here? Messages galore. Okay. Back to the announcements. So a lot has happened, of course, this week. Every week. What else is new? So the first thing, NFTs, that is something that got brought up in the last 7 days since our last stream. And big collection out there by Storm. And I think it's also some from the community pitching in too. But some awesome things on that front. Let me see here. Okay. I had it open. I hate when that happens. There we go. Alrighty. So, guys, if you're not aware, our very own Storm Crypto, he's the one who's been doing a lot of the graphics from day one for Arca, has been working on some NFTs. And let's get this pulled up here for us real quick. There we go. So, if you guys follow the NFT realm, unfortunately, this is not my strong suit. I'll admit that one. But looking through some of the artwork that we have over here, and this is listed on rareable.com. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and drop this all over into everybody's tweets or tweets, everybody's comments. But yeah, this was launched by our very own Storm. Some awesome NFTs over there. And the collection had built up pretty quick. So we got some Guardian ones. Oh, not for sale.
Yeah, I think he's just holding them on for the next set of release. Probably, I don't know.
Actually, I think that they have already been purchased. So this looks very familiar to me. Very familiar.
Yeah, that was the first NFT that came out, and we all know who purchased it.
Yes, I know. He beat me to it. But it was well deserved. I'll tell you, one of my favorites that I see is this one right here that looks like the old newspaper article, like just that type of layout.
Gotcha. Those 1940 era newspapers where you have that sepia kind of images.
Yes, and then of course I have not seen the Guardian one yet. That
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. So yes, NFTs. If you want to go in a little bit about this, Mr. Osland, about what's happening there.
Yeah. So I mean, I just recently hopped into the NFT group as well, and just wanted to have a check because I've been learning a lot about NFTs from the past 2 to 3 weeks, and that's where I'm spending a lot of time in, because that's something that you need to really get into, and that's where I had to shorten my spend. I mean, time spent on my YouTube videos as such, but rather more spend more in terms of learning about NFTs, how they actually work, as well as how what role do they actually play when it comes to any project, or how is it that you can actually have NFTs work for you, right? So just
Mhm.
like you have the tokenomics of particular project which works out for your passive income, you can also have this NFT side of wing, wherein I mean any and every artwork that be it the community or the project themselves officially go ahead and do, that can definitely propel the project in a very high extent, because people are there, they're looking out for even as simple as a profile picture. There are a lot of potential buyers out there, so and there is a lot of money to be made, both to the artist and to the project as well. So taking those aspects, I think it's a very good move that Archangel has moved out to the NFT space, and that too a little at a right uh, what I can say time, I would say,
Yes.
because now is the actual time where you're moving ahead in terms of people getting to know more about NFTs, people getting into that space, and people like big names. I mean, even Nike or Lamborghini. These kind
Yep.
of companies are getting into NFTs right now, and with all the positive news vibes around crypto and its adoption, the regulation and concept and stuff like that. So NFTs are going to be definitely big. There was a time when people used to speak about NFTs being not so well and stuff, but it's not the kind that we have been seeing right now. The FOMO has definitely kicked in, and we all know how people are behind NFTs. And Archangel getting into that space of NFTs and probably providing, I mean, not providing, I would say, uh, publishing such very good artwork, especially from Storm and whoever is involved in that particular NFT space. It's really nice to see. And that support to the project is really required. And that gives you an additional wing as well, right? So tomorrow, you never know. There would be some good artists in the community who can go ahead and be part of the actual Archangel NFT collection portion. And that would give you a very good amount of support in the project development as well, right?
Yes.
So until now, the marketing and section is only dependent on the the transaction tax and stuff, and these NFTs are providing another way of bringing the source of income to the towards the developmental aspects. So
Yep.
that's a really good move. That's really nice to see. And moreover, what I really like about NFTs and part is it is not a one-time, income source, right? Every time an NFT is transacted, you do have that resale royalty that kicks in. I mean, even
Yep.
though it goes to the artist, now the artist is obviously in decision making scenario where you can go ahead and donate that royalty, a portion of that royalty or the entire royalty, depends on each artist, however they want to go ahead and do it, apart from the initial sales portion, whatever is being given out. Now, if it is an actual official project itself doing it, like Archangel itself is officially completely doing it, then yeah, it's left to the officials, decision in terms of using that royalty towards development or giving that royalty to the artist, or the portion of it to the artist and portion of it to however you want to design. So there is a different tokenomics there that is involved with NFTs as well. So to keep it simple, it's not a one time income source is what I would say, and every time that particular sale happens with an NFT, it always goes up, unless and
Mhm.
until people want to sell it cheap. That's left to their individual decisions, but you always see that floor price or the price of an NFT increasing after the first initial sale happens. So now what we see listed is for zero point 0.1 Ethereum. The next sale that happens would definitely be zero point 0.2 or 0.15 or something like that. I mean, whatever you want to put out or whatever people
Yes.
are willing to purchase. So that's a really good thing, because now it's the power of people, and it's the decision making capacity of the people that's involved over here. It has nothing to do with someone else deciding the price. So that's how your floor price is ideally established. So that's a really nice way, and I definitely see a lot of benefits happening to Arca with this particular NFT collection, because this is just going to keep growing. It is not something that you can just
Y-
have 10 to 15 and just leave it at that. you can definitely keep adding more, countless numbers, in fact.
Yes.
So
So yeah, one thing I'll just touch base with real quick is I'm just going to hit up that announcement group, the
yep,
announcement channel. So I'll get that pulled back up here. 1 second. Let's see where you at. There we go. So on the screen, we're just going over some of the announcements about how it was laid out with Arca. So the purpose of the NFTs is it's a time to celebrating our projects, our artists, and what we are building. The initiative serves three purposes. One, to generate interest in Arca and our ecosystem projects by inviting artists to create, post, and sell their NFTs. It is also created to generate funds for our L Bank exchange listing and to start to create a library and showcase of Arca and ecosystem projects NFTs that will be utilized within various aspects of our ecosystem. Think about that one. The initiative will demonstrate to other projects various ways to generate interest, collecting funds for projects, and create valuable and historical artifacts about their projects. That is huge to me. I've just having
yeah,
that piece of history be created with what is being built. Um, that is awesome to me. I can't think of any words to describe it right now.
yeah,
um, but you'll be seeing this new component soon. And this is that NFT group that we were talking about. Let's see, where else are we at here? So that's kind of Arca's introduction to the NFT space directly from the announcements. And so if you're not over in the Telegram, that's the one place we try to catch up on that stuff fairly quickly.
yep,
One other thing I'll just touch base real quick is the third part or the last part. There we go. Stage 3 charity initiative has been completed. That last $4,000 donation has been delivered to the water project as part of the Stage 3 charity initiative. So that was huge to get that done this week.
yeah,
Let's see. That's about the NFT stuff again. To continue on about that, to start this initiative, let's try this. So Arca and ecosystem logos have been placed there for use within your NFTs. Do not use the Scratch logo without express written permission from the Scratch project manager.
yep,
That logo is not authorized for use within NFTs. Remember, that's an external project to the Archangel ecosystem. Those external projects, they are solely owned, operated, managed by an independent team, not attached to Arca. What else do we have here? So to start this initiative, and for a limited time only, to help provide funds for L Bank, artists can create and deliver NFTs to the Archangel NFT group. The NFTs will be posted on the Archangel NFT Rarible site for sale. And that was the site that we dropped in the description down below for you there earlier. Let's see, 30% of the proceeds will be delivered back to the artist as a royalty, and 70% of those proceeds will be delivered to Arca's L Bank savings wallet. That. Now, thank you to Lucifer. He's normally in our chats here. I haven't seen him yet tonight. He created this
yeah,
graphic of what they're using to go based off of to show the goal reached. 80 grand to be able to list on L Bank, and doing everything we can to raise that. So hats off to, utilizing the NFT sector to be able to make that happen.
yes, absolutely, Kelly. So one thing that I want to actually quote over here is, personally, I'm speaking. This is just my personal opinion. Nothing targeted against any specific project. A lot of those projects which are out there, one, their tokenomics is obviously not built up to a long-term sustenance, and two, they always depend on community donations for raising funds. Now when I say community donations, it's only those people who have already bought it. All right, that's the
Mhm.
only way that they can actually fill their marketing wallet. Even the transaction taxes would not fill their marketing wallets that much. That's
Right.
how certain projects are. So that's where I said the tokenomics of certain projects are really not good. Even though you feel as a particular holder that you see that you are receiving reflections of so much of percentage, and wherein a small amount is going to the marketing, oh yeah, you feel okay, a small amount is going to the marketing, and there is no much to worry about. That's on one side, but do you really think that the project is actually developing with that particular small amount? Obviously not. So it might be a quick buck in and a quick buck out. I mean, that's how you can look at those kind of projects. When you want to aim at long term sustenance, you definitely need that proper funding mechanism to propel that project to the greater levels in the coming days. So for that to happen, you need to start building that fundraising wing
Hmm.
of your project through various aspects. Now
Right.
community donations can only get you so far, but after which, a certain point after that, you definitely need to come out with certain other options where you can generate revenue and use that revenue for your progress, right? So that is one way that these NFTs would definitely help out. And these cannot always be just artwork. Let me tell you, there might be a true utility that you can actually get. I'm just getting this weird idea right now. This is just, again, my personal opinion. Don't hold me for it whether it happens or not. uh, think of it this way: on brainstem, you particularly like a particular project and stuff like that, or you like a specific influencer or so, then you could certainly have certain NFTs minted for that specific influencer, sold them, sell them out like souvenirs, or probably that can also be a premium access for you.
Hmm.
It can also work out to be a premium access to have some direct contact with that specific influencer. So if you hold that NFT, then you are part of the premier club, something like that. All right, so that's one way that I can look at. And even with Guardian, holding a certain NFT might give you an additional function. That can also be an option, right?
Yes.
So imagine, like, you have some you have the Dex tools favorites that are there, right? So you have a specific amount of tokens that you can actually list as favorites under your profile. But when you hold a certain amount of Dex tools, then that increases. The same way here, either you hold Guardian tokens this much, it might give you a additional just quoting, just a feature, if in case it is possible. Okay, so if it might be or might not happen, so don't hold me for it, again, just repeating. uh, just a wild thought. These kind of functionalities can be definitely inbuilt to the portal itself through the NFTs.
Yes.
Right, right now it's just artwork, it's just the beginning, it's just the start. It's not like more and more utilities can be added, and who knows, tomorrow even a game can also be part of Archangel as well. So that way you can definitely have a lot of NFTs added up on that section and a portion of that. And when it comes to those kind of aspects, especially with the metaverse, the NFT, the regular GameFi platforms and stuff, that's a complete continuous revenue stream, in fact. So
Hmm.
you definitely have people playing, you definitely have people NFT transacting NFTs and stuff, so those will definitely keep funding it for a long term.
Yes.
Just a thought, let's see how it goes.
I'm going to continue on here with this, Mr. Aslam, because this goes over
Yeah.
how to get involved. So, for the artist out there, the instructions, and please post questions, direct them to Storm Crypto. He has a Twitter. He also has a Telegram. Um, so make sure when you jump over into the main Archangel Telegram, you can find Storm over there as well. But you'll submit your image or artwork, your name, and the name of the NFT. For example, Lucifer and Over the Horizon. Um, that's funny. He got put in there. Let's see. Type of sale. So you can either buy it now or an auction. So if you're familiar with like eBay, sometimes you get that option. You can bid, you can do a buy it now. Similar deal. The buy now or auction starting price no lower than 0.05 ETH. Now, your public wallet address will deliver the 30% royalties when your NFT is sold. So, next, for the buyers and sellers, the NFTs that are purchased can be relisted for sale at any price determined by the owner. Sales will deliver ETH to the wallet, the account, and the owner can then decide how much ETH they would like to deliver to L Bank Savings Wallet as a donation. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the steps, you'll end up going to the link that I dropped to you from Rarible and connect your wallet, create your profile for that wallet. Now, number two is you can place the bids on auctions or purchase NFTs outright. Once purchased, the NFT will be delivered to your wallet in the area designated for NFTs within that wallet type. What that means is, so like for Coinbase Wallet, you have your actual tokens, you have NFTs. Um, I don't know how Meta, I've never interacted with NFTs within Meta or Trust for that matter.
Mhm. No, that's pretty much straightforward. In Trust Wallet, I don't know if it actually shows up directly. You just need to scroll towards the left or the right, whichever way we are speaking. But you do have a column next to the tokens called NFTs. Now, sometimes in Trust it does show, and sometimes it does not. But anyways, there is always a link to OpenSea. Now, it can be OpenSea or it can be Rarible, any such NFT platform that you actually have, irrespective of where you purchase that NFT. The moment you connect your wallet to these platforms, you would be able to view all your NFTs, irrespective of wherever you purchase them. Uh, Rarible is something that I've not used so much, mainly because it was, I don't know, it was more of a premium kind of a marketplace, I would say, because of the fees and stuff. So, but OpenSea is something which I'm very much familiar of. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, but I mean, nonetheless, if it's in your wallet, you can definitely utilize these. And in Coinbase, you will definitely see that that particular NFTs are there in the right section after the tokens. With
Yep.
MetaMask, also the same. There are options to even import NFTs. That's a very cool option that MetaMask has. Just the
Yep.
same way that you import tokens, you can import your NFTs. All you need to do is go to your wallet. Now you need to get the contract address of that specific NFT. Now, how do you do that? It's pretty much simple. You just go ahead to Etherscan or BAC, whichever wing that, or Polygon Scan as well, whichever network that you have purchased that specific NFT. Punch in your wallet address, and in your wallet address, you would definitely see a transaction available for that particular NFT, or that NFT will come down in your drop down of your token list as well. So
Yes.
you could just use that and then take the contract address of that particular NFT. Similar way that you add a token to your wallet, just add that particular contract address and it will show up in your MetaMask.
Yep. Now, one thing I do want to point out, remember that NFTs are gas hogs. So
Yeah.
that's one thing to keep in mind. So in some cases, you may actually pay for more in gas than you do for the NFT directly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely watch those GUI levels. Speaking of GUI, I think it was last night. It might have been the night before last. My days are running together. But
Hmm.
I just happened to jump on Etherscan. Don't ask me. I wasn't looking to buy or do anything, but I was just hit the gas. And it was down to 17 GUI. 17. I have
Would
not
you
seen
believe?
those numbers since May of last year.
Yeah. Would you believe that the gas was somewhere around $18 to $20
Yep.
just a
It
couple of
went.
days back?
Yes, that was the night I was
Yeah.
talking about. I seen it come down to
Yeah.
17 GUI. 17 to 19 was the range. And I'm like, the teens. I have not seen that. It's been almost 1 year. It was like, man, I wish I had some money right now. I'd be getting in trouble.
There are actually two options. I mean, two factors why this has happened. OpenSea has now migrated to a new contract, so that's consuming very less gas. The network congestion is now reduced a little with OpenSea.
Hey, you heard it here,
Yeah.
guys. Everybody, you heard that here.
Yeah. So that's
that
one part. And the second, Ethereum is also coming out with certain updates to its network to scale it a little more further. Anyways, the Ethereum 2.0, which is no longer called Ethereum 2.0, but probably a very big update or an upgrade, will not happen until 2024. They have pushed it across to 2024 now.
Oh
So
yeah.
there will be an intermediate update that would happen in a couple of 2-3 months. Ideally, it's supposed to be done by April. I don't know how it's going to go, but they are going to come out with certain intermediate updates. So that's also helping in terms of production of gas. I also heard that Ethereum has certain new contracts, like the base contracts, which would allow that the routing of your particular transaction to happen
Mhm.
through a layer 2 network, so your gas fees is actually half the
Well, I'll
actual
tell you
one.
the
So
results
let's
that
see.
we're seeing already, it's
Yeah.
impressive. You can definitely see something going on the back end. I
Yes.
did catch it in the triple digits a couple times still, but for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, it's becoming a lot more reasonable. Going down, oh, they listed all the NFTs. There's my favorite one again. And but yeah,
Don't
all
keep
the
saying it.
NFTs.
Someone else would buy.
Oh yeah. We had another video released. Oh, that's something else that we can talk about. Um,
Yeah.
this one was just dropped today. Now, I will say one thing, guys. If you, again, if you're not part of the Telegram, please go over there. Definitely join the Guardian one as well, because there's so many bombs dropping about that project and what's coming out with it.
Yeah.
This was one of them today. And let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. There we go. So, looks in depth. What we are looking at, what is it we're looking at? We're looking at phase 2 development of the Guardian platform, the single sign-on option or the component that will be added in the integration. So we've always talked about with the ecosystem and it being integrated, literally one part component being able to assist another. It's all about that communication between all these things. And that's one of the major things that's missed in the crypto world, is that they look at it as very, very competitive. Well, this is the first sign of something when you unify projects of how they can work together. So this is just a very generalized integration of how each component will assist the next. Um, Over on the side, we have our token data, the Marketers Hub, Brainstem, Market Watch, the Global Exchange, Scratch Engine, which is the external project. Let's see, what do we got down here? Justin Harka, yes, welcome. And I think that's the first time I came across that name. So welcome. If this is your
Yeah.
first time viewer, welcome to our show. Well, it's your show. It's not even ours. um, but yeah, Scratch Engine, the external project there. Charity, an external project. Actually, Charity's not an external project. Excuse me. They are just a collaborative partner that
Collaborate.
offers a good utility. Herald, something that many of us are excited to see. The Whale Watcher, Spider, Bag Tracks, Risk Assessment, Token Strength, and Genalock. Guys, that's a mouthful. But that is every component and how it's going to integrate with one another.
For now.
For now, that could always update.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to show this first here to the actual world. This just got posted, like 10 minutes? Let's see here. Danny, so excited. Justin, thanks, guys. Yeah,
Yep.
most definitely. Archangel saying, welcome, Justin. Joe is in the house.
I was
Welcome.
about to say the same.
Yes. And BCB, hey, guys. I hope you got a surprise for us later there.
Yeah.
Still waiting on the responses. But yeah, when we're talking about integrating projects and how they can truly help one another, this is that foundation. This is that framework being laid out. I'm excited to watch this unfold, to see this and how
Yeah.
many components will truly interact or engage with another. I'm that guy.
Initially when we were having such discussions, and especially when Joe was starting off with the Archa Cafe and stuff, he actually showed that Solana ecosystem. You remember we had that image, right?
Yes.
So
I got
oh.
blamed for trying to sell all Joe's NFT. Yes.
All right. So, I mean, initially when we had that look, no one had a picture in their mind on how this could actually pan out. Everyone thought that, okay, Solana is a blockchain and they have their own ecosystem. Now, Arca is not having a blockchain. How is it that they're having all this stuff? Arca is not a blockchain project, right? That was not how it was
Mhm.
advertised. So, everyone had that thought in their mind, including me, in fact, including me, on how this could actually pan out. How is it that we are planning to build that particular ecosystem without being a blockchain? Because being a blockchain, it's like you're providing a platform for utilizing your own uh, what I can say, the functional arm itself for other projects to go ahead and develop, and that would form an ecosystem. But without having a blockchain, can you really do an ecosystem? Well, here it is. Archangel
Yes.
has done that. So that's something that's really interesting, and I really love that aspect, especially when it comes to the core technical aspects that are involved with this particular project, right? That
E-
is something amazing, including the
Exactly.
people and the way that they're utilizing technology.
Yeah, because that's the thing, I will say one thing, like Arca itself, it does involve blockchain technology. We have the staking pool within it. But when we're looking at the Epic, when it was originally called Michael, and now we have Guardian, Guardian is not blockchain reliant. It takes a whole different approach to the space and is bringing so many resources together for you. And this is just one way that lays it out there. Um,
Absolutely.
Really, really big. I just love what's going on with this, and it's just got so much
Yeah.
potential. So
And
much
let me tell
potential.
you, Caddy, one more major advantage which Archangel has is the ecosystem itself. And why is it that I say that is, okay, tomorrow assume that the regulations are really hard, and definitely it's going to be hard, and things like that do happen. Once that kicks in, your so-called meme culture or the meme world, it will definitely be impacted to a very huge extent.
Hmm.
All right. So it's
Yes.
not what people might think. Okay, the meme coins are still here to stay. Yes, they will be staying. I'm not saying no to that, but what is happening on the sidelines is that people are getting more aware. They're not investing in those tokens where they have those ridiculous gains, but it's just a gamble end of the day. And there is a lot of risk and other stuff involved when it comes to, especially 90% of the meme coins. Only those 5 or 10% of the meme coins do really start off as meme, but then later on really continue to add in utility and convert themselves from the meme culture to actual utility token. But
Yep.
from day one, Archangel is always a utility token, and that has been something which is the prime focus for the entire project. And whichever component gets added to the ecosystem, Archangel is at the center. I mean, that's the nucleus of your entire ecosystem. So that is the holders of that specific token are always and anyway every ways benefited. So there is
Yes.
no, when you see other certain projects, when you have more than 2 to 3 tokens that are out there, only one specific token has the main focus, and once the new one launches, the older one gets left out. All right, there is no further development that ideally happens over there. We have
Yes.
seen that happening, and we are also seeing that happening with certain projects as well right now. So that's something
That,
that you really need to
yes, that's
focus
where,
on.
with the
Yeah,
Arca ecosystem, what's going to set it apart is, when you do talk about these ecosystems and multiple coins launched within, or sorry, tokens launched within these areas, you do have that. And that is a big fear of some from the community. We've seen it pop up that they're
yeah,
worried. Hold on one second. Yep. Give me one
you
second, just
will
crypto
need
guy.
to.
I'll check it in
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a moment. But that's the problem within the crypto space is typically when you create this ecosystem within or create around an ecosystem, you usually have one token that suffers or another because it's typically the same development team. It's the same people working on every aspect within that ecosystem. That's what sets Arca apart. Is every epic has its own development team. And when that happens, that's what we're seeing evolve right now.
yeah,
So to ease some people's questions when they say that, the coin's going to suffer, the token's going to suffer because the development, no, this is a complete different approach. And it's hard for people to truly see that. Um,
yeah.
it's
See,
amazing
ultimately,
to
you're
watch it
you're
unfold.
benefited. Nonetheless, whichever token gets added to the ecosystem, whichever new project that comes in, be it, see, right now we have Guardian coming up, we have Brainstem coming up, but after which we also have Spider or Spy Doctor. I'll wait for the official announcement,
I
right?
believe it's Spider. The way that I've
Yeah,
been corrected, I believe
it's
it's
a bit
Spider.
confusing, Scary, because you have that symbol of a spider, but then when you actually look at the words, it says S with a capital, PY and with a small, and D with a caps, and R with small.
Yes.
So that's a little confusing for me as well. So, I mean, let's see, irrespective of
Yes.
what happens. Oh, look at who's here.
Don't sell my NFT. No, I can't buy it. It's already locked down by somebody out there.
Yep. It was out there for 2 days. It sat there unattended for 2 whole days.
Oh man.
Mhm.
And by the way, just a crypto guy, I just checked that DM. You give me permission to show this on screen? Let me say that. And I'll wait for his
All
response.
right.
Because I might have another one that I might be interested in. Let's check it out.
Whoa.
Oh, let's see. Whoa, JO3 has a yes. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Good. How's everybody doing? I've been following along with the chat. I was warned that you guys were trying to sell some NFTs, so I figured I better get in here and defend what was mine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We were just advertising. So
Yes.
Yeah, they look good. There's a lot of cool art hitting that NFT
Yes.
platform.
Yeah, you guys want to see something else that might be coming into that NFT platform? This was shared by somebody just from our own, or right from our own community here. Let's see.
Bring it up.
Nice.
Baby Yoda.
Wow.
That, yeah.
Wow.
That is awesome. Just a
Yeah,
crypto
that's
guy.
really good.
That looks great.
That does. The color. On my, for some reason, my monitors, it really, really pops. Like that white
Mhm.
is super bright. The blues are deep. Oh, heaven. Heaven right there. I tell you. Let's see. Crispy was saying
That's
he
a
almost
really
pulled the
nice
trigger
one.
on an NFT.
Yeah.
On an NFT yesterday. Gosh, tongue twister. Donate that to
Mhm.
Jagger. Yes. Stacy Jagger all the way. Actually, no, that one did I don't know where that one came from. All I know is who sent it to me. From one of our very own, though. Yeah, I like it a lot. So, Joe, everything that's moving within the space this week, you want to touch base a little bit about the NFTs and what's going on?
No, I'm trying to log in and see if he listed that one for sale.
Uh-oh. Well, let's see. Of course, I had it open and I think I've closed. Nope, it's still there. We still have it.
It's not on there yet.
No, yours says not for sale.
It's not.
It's not for sale.
It's not for sale.
Let's see. Someone's still giving me a little bit of time. Mine's still available on there, so we'll see how that goes.
The one that you like does not have a bid on it yet.
Bid open for bids 1-to-1. Yep. Not yet. So
Place a bid.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Quick, somebody call.
No, she's in bed.
Jaeger, yeah. Or Kaka, sorry.
Yeah, that was that NFT initiative is something that Storm's been working on for, I'd say, probably a month or so, and just couldn't figure out a way to present it to the community. So over the course of the last couple of weeks, we're talking about, L Bank, getting on the exchange, and of course, Storm wanted to contribute back to the community. He wanted to make donations back to the community. And, we discussed a couple different options, and one of them that came up was the L Bank initiative. So he agreed to donate a majority of the NFT sales back to L Bank, back to that wallet where we're collecting the L Bank funds. So that's really cool.
That's a heck of an initiative. Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things is the stuff, it's not cheap out there. It costs some dollars to be able to get into certain spaces. And it's hard sometimes to be able to get them funds, because when you have a project that's actually got real utility and development, not 90% of its budget is set aside for stuff like that. It's limited.
Right.
But to be, sustaining and to sustain over 12 months, 24, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it takes these type of initiatives from the community to watch it grow and to be able to expedite that growth.
Yeah. And moreover, you do need that exposure. I mean, there will be those specific set of regions or people who would be using that particular platform alone, and they would be very much familiar with that. Like, how can I put it? On the US side, you have Coinbase, which is widely used. So the same way, there would be certain areas where L Bank is widely used. So those are the target areas which would definitely be a tap-in potential for Archangel to expand its wings and probably bring in new people. Especially the volume, in fact. If not new people or holders, volume is something which is really important. That would definitely come out from your exchange listings. I mean, majorly, if you ask me on a personal note, I believe exchanges are there more towards bringing in volume to any project rather than actual holders. So that volume is really important, because your transaction tax is what fuels your marketing funds or developmental funds to a larger extent. So that amount of volume will definitely help you to grow much faster.
Yes. And, the exchanges, they definitely have their perks within a project. There's a reason why they're there. And, with ETH, and we touched base about gas. So Mr. Osborne gave me some good insight on that earlier, Joe, why we are seeing these lower gas fees this week. I did not know that with OpenSea that they've come, what you said, they
migrated their contract. Yeah. They did not fork, like they migrated their older contract. They upgraded their contract to have a much lower utilization of the network. So that way, the gas dependency on the network and the congestion that was there from OpenSea, that has reduced. If you see, I guess there has been an upgrade to the contract. Even though the percentage of utilization is remaining the same, it is not congesting the network. So the earlier contract that they had used to probably, hammer down all those transactions and try to wiggle through all those which were in stack. But right now it's on a very linear path, and it's not as complex as it was earlier. So that has really helped get the gas in line. That's one part. And second, let's see. I'm just eagerly waiting for that next upgrade to Ethereum, which would happen probably this month or next month, or it might have already happened. I haven't checked the news for the past couple of weeks with all the Russia and Ukraine stuff going on. So have to see if they have released or done something about it. That's also something that will definitely reduce. If you ask me, I think we can definitely start seeing gas in the range of those $5 to $10 ish for transaction. Yeah. I like this. That can happen within the next 2-3 months, because the Ethereum side is also, I mean, the developers or the actual Ethereum network owners, they are also a little uh, pushed off by this particular aspect of gas fees. I mean, you see a lot of good projects which are moving away from Ethereum right now, mainly because of the gas fees. They are not able to go ahead and sustain that, because obviously when you want to go ahead and ask your holders to go ahead and purchase your token, you need to have that much of amount, and especially when the community is, or when the region that they're targeting is on the eastern side, that's the Asian side market, not many people use it as easily as it is. So mainly because of the conversion and stuff. So they are more towards the Binance sector, mainly because of the gas piece. So if you can bring down that gas fee section, then you can definitely leverage these entire people who are using the BSC side to move over to the ETH side. So that's a win-win situation for them.
Yes.
That's also something that they're doing. And a lot of projects are big. I don't know. It might be true. It might not be true. Rumors floating around. There are some big financial institutions really on top of Ethereum to reduce their gas fees, mainly because of certain other projects that they are coming out with. They want to utilize the Ethereum network. And I'm speaking of, I wouldn't like to quote names, but big banks and financial institutions. That's it.
Oh, there's a lot of mainstream media out there right now. There's a lot of big
Yeah.
press releases coming out, and
Yes.
there's demand. There is demand for what
Exactly.
is coming, and that demand isn't just blockchain, but it's innovation of blockchain. It's
Yes.
they're looking for certain components, certain aspects out there, and
Mhm.
that I think is going to be a very big key factor in the long term. Give me 1 second here. I was going through. I'm going to get in trouble, Joe. I'm sitting here looking on the Rarible site while Mr. Osmond's talking. That almost gave me time to do something. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, that with gas fees, that is going to be very, very huge. Like, the first time I've seen gas in the teens since 10 months ago, roughly May last year. That was, I thought I was dreaming for a second. And even Antonio, he was like, no, he's like, quit playing me.
That's low. I think the lowest I saw the other night was 26 or 27, and that was fantastic. It wasn't buying anything, but I was looking at the chart and saw the GUI was in the high 20s. It was like, jeez.
Yes, I don't, like I said, I don't know what made me jump on Etherscan. I think I was just doing some research, and as normally just out of habit, go over to the gas tracker. Yeah. And when I opened it up and I seen it in the teens, I'm like, I got to screenshot this. Like, no one's going to believe me. It's just unheard of anymore. Let's see. Hey, Miss Brad, lots of NFTs being shown. A stacks. Yeah, you guys are beating me through the punches over there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. What do we have going on? I'm trying to keep up with some messages here and keep moving. We should be getting a visit here soon from somebody from the community.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Oh.
She has her eye on maybe one or two. I got my eye on a few of them. I'm going to go broke on Rarible, especially knowing it's going for a good cause.
Yeah. Yeah. The NFT was $200 and the gas was $350.
Okay, that's to put in perspective.
Yeah, like I said, I watched that one for a couple of days, and it was just sitting, and I was like, you know what? I think that was the first Archa NFT, and gas just was not budging. If I would have waited another day, that's a story of my life. Anyway.
Oh, it never fails. It never fails. That's why it's like I seen gas in the teens, and I was not in a position to do anything. It's like no.
Yeah.
It's like bastard.
NFTs, you got a budget, because of the gas. The gas can be kind of high on them. So one out there that you like, just save your pennies and
Yep.
So
people are actually moving over to the Polygon side because Polygon has free listing and free transactions, and moreover, as a person who is listing your NFTs, you do not need to pay any gas for the transaction as well. So the person who is purchasing it will be paying you the gas fee. And you do have Ethereum, which is bridged on the Polygon network. And it's an easy conversion from your Polygon Ethereum to the normal Ethereum. It's a one-time option. So that's something that I think we should definitely look into.
You already made the comment about using the Scratch Engine logo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We made sure to hit that hard. I believe Zen came in and reiterated it too.
They have a law firm, so beware. And they have Zen as well.
Yes. I'm worried of Zen. Actually, no, I'm worried on both sides.
We have the same lawyer they do. It's the same. So don't worry about that. Scratch Engine is a value assessor. It's an evaluator, and they've got to be really careful about NFTs that they put out when they're evaluating the same space.
Right.
So it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
right.
I seen Zen say something down there. No Zen face reveal this week. But yeah,
I really like this one joke that Zen brought up in the Scratch chat the other day. Proof of stake or
the what?
proof of stake, right? Yeah. Or
I think I
how
missed
do you
that one.
pronounce? STEAK.
Oh yeah, it was an
That's
actual
your
stake.
yeah.
Not
Actual stake,
staking, but an actual stake.
Yes,
like,
the actual stake. Right.
like I'm gonna go to bed
So-
afterwards. Oh man, let's see. Trying to get everybody in line here.
Yep.
Hey, pull up that integration map again. That SSO. I was getting on when you guys were just starting to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these components are going to change around a bit as we learn more about how they can integrate, with the different components and what information and data they can share with users as they build their accounts. So you can see the ones that are stacked up pretty fat already. Token data and Herald, and the bag tracks, and then the token strength. Those four are pretty much going to touch every single component within Guardian.
So bear with me for 1 second, Joe. We got somebody brand new into the room, ready to come up on stage here with us.
Great.
Are you ready there?
Yep.
Yes. Awesome. What is going on, BCB?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I hope you guys can hear me okay. I kind of had to rig a setup so that I could ring in with you guys so Bulls can watch upstairs.
You're coming through loud and clear.
Perfect. Well, how's everybody's night?
Good.
Busy,
Nice.
fun, exciting, tiring.
Did you guys get through all the announcements already?
Yep, all done. I think the floor is all yours.
Oh no, I'm so nervous. Okay, well, hello everybody. I believe most of you guys all know me as Blockchain Betty, also known as Hi Stacy, Hi Sax. So I wanted to come on and just introduce myself. As most of you know, I'm pretty new to crypto and new to the community, but I am also a community mod and I work with the Shill Squad. And I was also so grateful to be able to work with the charity project recently. So that was awesome.
Yes. And it looks like hubby dropping in. He's one lucky bull.
Yep.
Yeah,
Look at all the warm welcomes.
That charity group did a fantastic job. One of the charities they found actually accepted crypto. And when we went to execute the payment, we found out that their address they were using was wrong. So Stacy and the charity team were able to figure out, coordinate with them and get their address figured out so that the donation could be made. But I'm wondering how many other people tried that and failed and just moved on. So,
yes, right. Because that's the one thing when it comes to your wallet address, if that is not 100% accurate, you're guaranteed to not receive those funds.
Yeah,
that's like a fundamental of crypto and self management.
Yeah.
Lucky for them, the address was short a couple of characters, so it wouldn't have accepted. So it wasn't that it was sending ETH to a bad recipient. It wasn't even accepting it. So lucky for them, it was a short issue and not a typo. But that was the water project, and that is a really neat project. I was looking at the map that they have on their website, and it shows all the different stations that they're building and monitoring for water distribution and purification in Africa. Just a really incredible project. So that was a good find.
I actually, me and Bulls found that company, that charity a few years ago, and we actually really want to donate with them, or like donate our time with them and go overseas and kind of help build one of those projects. Another aspect that I don't think is portrayed well on their website is that when they go to these places and they build a water structure, it also creates jobs for that local area as well. It creates a valued position for people within their communities. So all around it helps build. I mean, there's so much disease and illness that comes with a lack of proper water source. So it's a project that I've really believed in, and I'm so grateful that everybody else, agreed and it made it through. So
the power of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. I mean, just my appreciation or my big thanks to whoever is involved in this, because that particular donation and finding that to the right people who really need it, that would mean a lot to them. That can be a lot of change.
Exactly.
Right. And it's one of the things that's almost forgotten about. It's not at the forefront of many people's minds, that type of initiative there. Let's see. Let me get that shared across to all of them there, Joe. So the waterproject.org. Let's see. There should be a way. All right. I will let you guys have it for a second. I'm going to get this out to all the channels there.
I got to tell you that the timing of finding that project was really interesting for me, because we had just lost power here in Virginia for over a week, and I was trekking through the woods with 5-gallon buckets to the local creek, bringing water back to the house just to flush toilets.
Yep, and that's a reality for a lot of people too.
Yeah, so. It's the simple things that we take for granted every day, like turning on the faucet and getting water. You don't even think about it; you just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was a really good find by the charity team. I think that's a project. If Caddy gets the website pulled up, that's a project that's really changing people's lives in a very meaningful way. Really, really a cool project.
Yep.
And I know they were in direct communication with Stacy before and after our donation, and I know he said they're very appreciative, and that's outstanding. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you can see the map of all the water purification distribution sites in Africa.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
It's really cool.
Here, we'll just do this.
Yep.
So yeah, that's awesome. This is the first chance I've actually had a chance to take a look at this part of it.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And the founder of the project is also a pretty unique story as well. So, and his story of kind of how he founded it and why he founded it. So maybe I'll try and find that link and send it to Caddy too.
Awesome.
And something Brian Makes Benjamins put out a video, I believe it was last night or yesterday, and he covered our charity, initiative. And one thing he said that really hits home, he said, the market's down, the token price is down, but the Archa community still made a donation to charities. And that speaks a lot about not only keeping our word and our progress track or keeping on track, but also knowing that sometimes the best time to give is when times are the hardest.
Yes.
Because if it impacts us, and we're basically well off compared to a lot of people. If it hits us that hard, imagine how it's hitting the rest of the world.
Yeah,
exactly. That's one thing I've always said. When the market's green, Archa's working. When the market's red, it's working even harder. It just don't slow down.
But hats off to that team and the community for, sticking to your guns and finding very good, reputable charities with very actionable projects, and can't wait to continue the work on that.
Right. I also thought it was a great idea, and I don't know exactly remember who in the community brought it up, maybe just a crypto guy or Stacks, but splitting the charity, I think, goes a long way too, because how we look at money here is far different than, cost of building material in Africa. So being able to spread our charity donations amongst multiple, I think, is even better, because we're helping so many people that much more. So
absolutely.
Let's see. Awesome. So I was catching up there. We still have one other visitor that's planning on coming in tonight.
The next big one that we got to focus on is with Aeroflex and check in on Haiti. See how things are going in Haiti. So see if that program is ready for the next step, or if we need to need to wait a little bit longer, and that's fine. We've all the time in the world for that. So
yes.
Yep.
And welcome, Blue Collar. See him down there in the chat. Saying looks like an amazing project that is doing great things. 2,000 to 6,000 goes a long way in Africa.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. The president and I. This was Stacks talking about, or Stacy talking about with the charity group. The president and I were the ones that finally hashed it all out. Looking forward to their updates.
Great.
Nice.
Great.
And guess what? We have another visitor. Let's see. The ones that finally hash it all out. Look
Oh, Miss Brett.
Hi.
Hey guys.
And guess what? We have another visitor. Uh-oh. Somebody's got the ones that finally hash it all out. Look
Oh, Miss Brett.
Hey Joe. Hey guys.
And guess what? We have another visitor. Uh-oh.
Someone's YouTube is running in the background.
Yes.
It's not me.
Right, it's okay.
Definitely not me.
Patty, was it you?
It's a glitch.
It very well could have been. So I'll just sit back. It looks like you guys got the show for a moment. I'm going to kick back, enjoy my
Yeah.
bang for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, let's give the space to them.
What do you do? Oh, well, look what I got in the mail. I just want to show because I want to be part of, this all mega coffee cup crowd here. So I have my 128 ounce or whatever it is.
Yeah. I think it's a
stay up all night mug.
You're right. This is about the size that you have, Joe, I think.
that's my go-to is my silver one, just like that. I get 2.5 things of it out of my pot, and it's a 14-cup pot.
Well, this is water now, but I'm going to give it its official christening at the Keurig tomorrow.
There you go.
We decided to take a random trip up to the mountains to go up to Cripple Creek and gamble a little bit, and I was given a free cappuccino. It was delicious with some liqueur in it, so it was great.
That sounds awesome.
Thanks for a good day. Good time.
All right. So, Caddy, you got the thing I sent you?
I'm working on it here. I've been trying to dig through so much happening in the background over here. All right. Do we have the actual link to that?
So we're gonna do our weekly giveaway, and there's gonna be one winner for 1 trillion tokens this week, and we're gonna give it a shot with the randomizer app again, which I've tested three times. So everybody keep your fingers crossed.
Make sure it doesn't show crispy.
Oh no, I think it's
All right. So, Miss Brett, I got you sent me the screenshot of the tweet that we were looking for. I actually have the link. I went ahead and pulled the link for it.
Okay, because I put that in the sorter. So do you want to show it on the screen so that they all know what to do?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I got to make sure nothing. It's Twitter. You never know. You just never know. So let's see here. Where am I at? Where's my screen? We have so much stuff down here. There we go. Okay.
There we go. So we need you guys who's watching. We need you to go to AA Digital Art. So that's the official account that Storm set up. So we want you guys to follow that account, and then we want you to like and retweet what's on the screen there, that particular tweet. And
I'm not going to make it easy for them. I'm not going to make it completely easy. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the link to the AA Digital Art Twitter account. It will be up to you to go make sure that you interact with this exact tweet on that account. So that gives you a chance to scroll through, check it out.
Yeah.
So that should be kicked over to everybody there and ready to go. Okay.
Worked for
So
me.
fingers crossed. We all know how technology works.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yes. All right. I'm going to bring us up just across the bottom there. That'll make it a little bit easier. So how long do we want to give them? Give them a little bit?
10 seconds? I don't know.
What do you got to do? What's the rules?
The rules are you have to go follow the AA Digital Art, and then you have to find that specific tweet. You have to like it and retweet it. It's not a lot of work, guys.
Not that hard.
1 trillion? Come on now.
Hey, I'd do anything to add to that bag. Let me tell you. I always say no, I got to stop. I got enough. No, but it's been too appealing. It's going to get me in trouble.
All right. What should we give them? Another 30 seconds?
Yeah, I say let's give them a few seconds since we're asking them to venture off of the stream and get out there and do things. So we'll give them
I
a
don't
minute.
know. I just did it. It's pretty easy, folks. If you can't do it,
All
then
right, 30 seconds.
You know what? Here, I'm being the bad guy. We're over here, doing it. Let me get this out here real quick. Oh, okay, good. It's not on screen. I was like, wait a minute. You guys are seeing everything I'm doing right now. I hate screen share for that.
I have to do screen share for this app.
I know. Let's see here. Make sure to come check out the. Uh-oh.
Timer.
That's the timer.
Yes, sir.
See, Zen almost missed it. See, that's what happens. Treat it like a road trip. Go before it starts.
All right, so let me grab that.
And let's see. Miss BCB, you guys bought more too. I know the price has just been too appealing. Like, it's a struggle.
I mean, we have to build back up a little bit more of our Guardian fund, but yeah.
I know. I'm trying to literally, I have a rubber band that I will put on my wrist every time I go to try to buy something. I'm like, no, this is about managing money. And I'm like, I just want to go all in and be done. Yeah. So, Miss Brad, do you want to cover this one more time? Blue Collar was asking, just what do they have to do one more time?
Yeah, sure thing. So I need you guys to go follow. You took the thing off the screen. To go follow AA Digital Art. That's Storm's account that he has all the NFTs on. And then you have to find that particular tweet of the brainstem.
That particular one.
That particular one. You have to like it and retweet it, please.
And feel free to leave your comments on the bottom as well. Give a shout out to Storm on some of the stuff that he's doing there. So that's the thing. Like, I always say this. I've literally watched Storm evolve from back when Archa first launched to where we're at now. And it's impressive to see the improvements. It shows that the dedication he's put in behind this. So let's see. Stacy's saying I couldn't resist. All right. Has everybody in here in the chat had a chance to go over and do it? Let's give them that opportunity. We take up 2 hours of their weekend. Usually we can give them a few minutes here. Just a few. Let's see. Blue Collar saying, okay, cool, done. Crispy, he's good to go. All right. So you ready to try to share your screen?
Okay, I'm going to give this a shot. All right. You taught me how to do it once. Hold on.
Let's see.
Okay.
All right. So while she's getting that up, though, there's over almost a dozen pieces out there available on Rarible right now. Let's see. They're making an executive decision. Just a crypto guy said Crispy can't win. You have been banned, sir. And it follows. Let's see.
Mr. Oslan, you're on mute.
Yes.
All right. I was just saying poor Crispy.
Yeah, I was going to say all those bad things you said about Crispy, you got to say again. You got to say it twice.
Those are censored, Joe.
Oh, and you know what? Just for somebody from our community, because Jagger, he's been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I know, Miss Brad, that you've been assisting him a little bit there.
Yeah, we were working on it today.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Let's see here. What Zen saying? No, Crispy's been disqualified. Poor Crispy, you're burnt, buddy.
Yeah,
you're burnt to a crisp.
You know what? I was just thinking, what if Crispy himself comes up to do a giveaway and he wins it himself?
I don't know. We might put a little rule or stipulation in there. I don't know how that would work. Let's see. Danny's saying, let's go. Is it working for you, Miss Brad?
Well, I'll tell you what. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I think, Caddy, you need to change the layout so that whatever she's presenting is.
Yeah. So my browser is blocking the screen this time.
Yeah, because when she actually pulls it up, it'll come out in the back of the studio, and then I can put it up on screen.
Ah, right. Gotcha.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. So you'll screen share, and it should kick it over to me to approve it.
All right. Well, sorry guys, this is not.
Hey, like I said, it's technology. It'll always work until you need it. Every time. That was like this morning. It's It's the Cafe Sunday. And what happens? My computer's torn out in pieces laying on the floor. Between Mr. Oslin and Caesar, we got it back.
You got it back together pretty quick, though.
Oh, it was about 3 hours into that from this morning. Uh-oh.
I mean, it would have been 3 days for me, if not 3 months. Or 3 years,
Hey, the one thing I am actually amazed that it worked as well as it did. I started putting it together, got back from Chicago. It was like 11:30 at night. The next thing I knew, it was 6 a.m. The sun was up, and I was plugging the first cable into the back. And luckily, throughout that whole night, it fired first go. So I was like, yes, I wasn't that out of it. The coffee helped. So, oh, there's Miss Brad back. There she is.
Hey, sorry. So I had to reload this, but I'll tell you what, my browser cannot. It's not sharing it. It's blocking it. I tried to reload and reset it.
The joys. Okay, so we can do this one of two ways. I know you're not able to screen share it. I'm trying to think of another way.
Gives me two options: StreamYard or entire screen. So if I do entire screen, I'll just switch it over to the app, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that is my whole.
So you're going to see like this infinity deal on your screen there for.
Oh, you guys can see all the downloaded.
All right. I think you also have an option for sharing your window alone or a specific tab.
Yeah, it was black. It was blacking it out for when she was doing it that way.
Yeah,
I think.
it worked before. Now it's just StreamYard or the entire screen. So,
all right.
Let's fix this real quick.
Let's see. Use another browser, Chrome. She has an. Okay, I'm not even going to argue.
I have an iMac. Yes.
My thoughts.
All right. So okay. So I'm going to do the whole screen, and it's gigantic. So you can All right.
So yeah, there we go.
Can you see it?
Yes, we have it up there.
There's my whole computer. My world.
Oh, gotta love Max. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Okay. Can you see this now?
There we go.
Yes, we got it up here.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. So 29 participants. That's pretty good. Scroll down all the names. There's a lot of names.
Let's see. I don't see my name in there. Good. I was going to say, because I'm going to
there,
disqualify myself right now.
You're up at the top, right there.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so let me check the settings. So we'll do one winner, and we have one sub, and we will do a countdown of 5 seconds.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Maybe. It might take 10.
Oh, it's started. All right.
I'm trying to do a drum roll.
Let's go.
Johnny
Coins.
Hey.
So,
Hey, Johnny.
There you go.
Is Johnny Coins in the stream?
Johnny Coins.
Congratulations. Let's see. And Johnny
Johnny got some more coins.
Yes.
He's here. All right. Nice.
And I was going to say, I believe here. Let me get that off screen here real quick. Then
You
there
good?
we go.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, I believe Johnny, I think you are over in the Telegram. If not, we'll make sure newest member of the show squad. There you go.
Oh,
That's right.
You got to recruit. You got to recruit. And everybody's saying congratulations there. I'm going to try to keep up. That's a weird way to spell crispy. I know, right?
I will say this, guys. There's often a party in the shill squad too. Like it's just like all our other TGs. It's just as much fun. So
It is.
Mhm.
if you're not in there, be in there.
I know. I need to spend some more time. Actually, no, I don't. I've made a pact with myself to stay away from Telegram. I go in there for 3 seconds. I'm in there for an hour, hour and a half every
Easily.
time.
Yep.
It's pretty normal.
Easily.
right.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that's-
The next thing I know is 3 or 4 in the morning.
You know, that's
Like,
why
what
I
the heck is
actually
happening
got
in my
into
day?
this. I had to, Bowles was spending all his time, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's like 3 in the morning, and you're on your phone. 6 in the morning, you're on your phone. So I got into it, and it's just as addicting. Now he's the one who's like, put it down and eat. It's dinner time. So
Yeah, my phone don't leave my side. It's gotten to that point. I used to despise this thing. Like I got home, it got thrown up on my dresser, and I walked away. No, I can't even go let my dog out with like, all right, I got him in one hand, like, all right, let's do this thing. And the next thing I know, he's dragging me across the yard.
So you are going for a walk rather than you taking your dog for a walk.
Exactly. That little 40-pound pack a punch. Yep, he can take me for a walk.
Right.
Let's see. Blue collar saying, I hear you. Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
so
mean,
congratulations.
one thing that okay, yeah, congratulations to John. But one thing that I really want to say is, if anyone has not gone ahead and checked the Guardian Telegram channel, please go ahead and check. I think there were some pretty good discussions that have happened in the last couple of days.
Oh, you want your mind blown? Go check out that Guardian Telegram.
Yeah.
You want to see what drives these projects? Go check out that Guardian Telegram. There's going to be no excuse for this one. None. And if you don't have Telegram, you can load it right in your web browser. So
yeah.
Give me 1 second. I want to jump back over to the comments. We're going to drop that in here too, because I'm telling you, there's just things in there. There's things all over between the Archangel ecosystem and the Guardian and the Arca announcements. Joe, you don't get no rest with that. Nope. Those announcements keep coming and coming and coming.
Yep. Johnny MO7, I have not been on Wordless yet. I need to. I haven't had time, but I'll get on there.
Yeah, it's not going to slow down. There's no, at this point, you get the foot's on the floor and it's the brake that's on the floor, and the train it's not stopping. The wheels are locked, the sparks are flying everywhere. It's running. So
yep, it's got too much power behind it.
Yeah, we're just gonna run with it, and when it really starts putting us in the grave, that we'll figure out a way to get those wheels to stop. But there's just too much momentum right now to restrict it. So.
And that process map, that is quite a lot of information. Like, I'm gonna have to sit down and study it later. There's just so much in there.
That process map is a lot of moving parts. Caddy, you can pull that up.
Yes, give me 1 second here. And for most of you, this will look like
with the status dots on it.
Give me 1 second here. There's much to peel through. So back in the Guardian,
those change daily.
Let's see. Make sure I am looking at the correct one here.
Yeah. What really interested me in that particular entire conversation was the amount of detail that Joe you actually gave in certain aspects. I mean, that amount of detail, that was a great amount of knowledge. In fact, I mean, forget about the regular concept of having token project and stuff like that, but that was really great knowledge, and that piece everyone should actually be aware of.
It takes a lot of patience and a lot of lessons learned to do that kind of stuff. You make a lot of mistakes, to get to the end, and that's okay. I mean, you're going to make mistakes. That's what a lessons learned is. You figure out what you did right, what you did wrong, and what you could do better. And industry everywhere else, global industries do it, day in and day out, and crypto's no different. Sooner or later, that's going to be the accepted practice within crypto, because a project is a project. It's an end state. It's an objective.
Yes. And so, Joe, which one was I looking for there, sir? Was it the Safe 5?
No, the process map with the
4 flows.
Yeah, the Guardian with the 4 flows with the status dots on it. The red or the green or the yellow.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay, let's get this pulled back up here. Share screen.
Yep.
Bam. There you go.
There we are.
So I mean, those activities, those objectives and goals change daily. One that recently turned yellow. The SEC filings, the Edgar, the SEC database, and then down in the green. Bank of America is now green. That's done. Coinbase, MetaMask, and Gnosis, those are in progress. And then down on the next one, on the integration, what's yellow now, what started is the integration of those first 5 components.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that they're moving well enough to where we can apply more focus on Brainstem, which is another external project. So Tuesday morning, we're meeting with the development team and the UX team just for Brainstem. So that'll be a third concurrent development path executing at the same time.
3 different paths. And I wish I had the image available where we could go back to the original roadmaps and the timelines that was anticipated at launch. Because that progress, it's been expedited tenfold.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think
once we get to that red box there in the end,
yes,
we need to start looking at DeFi and digital identity, the next couple epochs, because once these components get into their phase 1 development, it's the developers are going to have it for a couple of months. You know, that's a lot of work, and we don't want to be sitting idle. So we've immediately got to shift into Epic 2 and Epic 3, because while they're working on developing, you know, what we've asked for, we need to start framing up the next solutions. We don't want to wait till they're done and then say, oh, now do this, because the UX team can be sitting idle while the development team is developing. We don't want to do that.
No.
Right.
No, it's all about keeping that process moving. And
yeah.
And there's the innovation lab has started to see more traffic about DeFi and digital identity and security. So just we got to start teeing that stuff up. They do not have to be, you know, world peace solving solutions. You know, we can start with the small ones first. We can start with ones that may not seem like they offer a whole lot of utility, and that's fine. We've got to start somewhere and just peck away at those problems. You know, just keep working on them, and that's really important that we start as soon as we can.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, sometimes the smaller tweaks or the way that user experience is remodeled, that would, you know, give you a lot more utility than the actual new addition to the existing concepts.
Yeah.
So
and
it can be as easy as probably knowing your exact gas fees shown on the DeFi platform after the swap actually happens, instead of you going into Etherscan and probably viewing it, because not many people are familiar with Etherscan. What it shows is an approximate gas fee before the transaction, and after the transaction happens. I mean, this just came up to my mind, so I'm just putting it across. After the transaction completes, you could just have that information displayed on the same page itself, instead of asking you to view your transaction details to BAC scan or the Etherscan or Polygon scan, whichever scan you want to use. So that information itself is pretty much straightforward, and it might definitely help a lot of people start using that particular DeFi platform, right? So those are the small things.
And we're going to learn a lot about DeFi as a community as we peel through, you know, the different things that we develop and use. Some things we develop may not get used a lot, you know, and other things we develop may get a ton of use. And we've just got to keep the users at the forefront of the platform and constantly ask people, you know, where are you struggling? Where do we need, you know, what do we need to fix? What can we fix that's within our area of expertise, and, you know, what we can build, and just start pounding away at it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that really sets our project apart from what I know of other projects and other businesses in general, is that most businesses try to ask the questions of how to make more money. And we're looking at how to fix problems. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about the focus of what's driving. And, you know, with me, I've always been that guy. It's more about what you can do than what you can put in your pocket. You know, how can you change the whole space? That's what, you know, caused the YouTube to even get started. It wasn't about recognizing the problems that are out there. There was more of a need of that than me focusing on investing strategies and learning that. It's more or less, I wanted to get that word out to everybody. And that's the mindset that Archa has overall. It's focused on that organic aspect and the education and giving people the resources, the utilities that are needed, because we've all been there. We've all been through those hurdles and the problems.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you are not focused on a financial aspect and you're focused on certain delivery of solutions, right? That's when you know that for a clear shot, the project is going to win. Be it even in the regular businesses that happen, when they focus on certain solution aspects, they get their name widespread because people start using it. So ultimately, how is it that you make money? It's about people using your product. So once you have more people interested in your product, that is where your revenue generation starts happening. And that's where you make a name for yourself, make a brand, or establish yourself as a brand, right? So that's what I believe. Yeah, Archa is actually planning. Yep. So once you get that up and running, I mean, it's all about, you know, like Joe Caddy, you keep speaking. Archa should be a household name. For that to happen, yes, you need to establish that brand value. And how will you get that brand value? Through your products. and people start using those products. So when you focus on that particular unique solution, or it cannot be something which is totally out of the blue as such, but it can only be as simple as, the user interface, or probably the way that you can interact with that specific portal. Say take Guardian for example. You brought every aspect of crypto research into one single platform, so that use case itself is a big delivery for the entire community and the entire world out there. So there are many people who are looking out for accessing crypto and crypto related information, and this would be the platform for them to go for in the future. That's what I believe personally. So once that happens, once that mass usage or mass adoption starts kicking in, then yeah, you have your name established, and once that happens, yeah, your project will obviously be well known.
And we're nipping at the heels of that mass adoption. We were just, I think it was in the Guardian earlier today, or in Guardian Telegram. We were discussing that, and I think, Joe, you're bringing up some very valid points, and some other guys in there too, of just the needs that are being experienced, what these real world businesses, these, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say institutional investors, but I mean, it is what it is. We're looking at these big names out there, and they're all putting jobs out on the market for blockchain technology, for risk assessment, for every, I'm trying to be cautious of how I word this.
Yeah, they recognize what works in their industry, and the technology aside, the business processes are the same. It's technology is, they can be agnostic to the technology and the business process, the agile development, it's created so that you can infuse any technology into that process. It's the steps in the process that matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know that you're definitely blowing our mind in there earlier with some of the information you was dropping. I'm not prepared to blow everybody's mind here tonight or confuse anybody, but
no, I would suggest that they go there and read it. Let's not erase that, because
there's a reason why we're using Bank of America as our bank. There's a reason why we're building why we applied for a Coinbase enterprise account for the business. Small projects, you're not going to get an audience with Bank of America. You're not going to get an audience with the Coinbases. So recognize that and put your efforts where, instead of trying to knock their doors down, just get in their way. Just kind of be one of those things they have to move around or bump into, and position yourself to take advantage of all the work they're doing with their billions and billions of dollars of capital that they spend every year, and their tens of thousands of employees. Let's just be in their way. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get in their way.
Yep. And that's the thing, I really do not see Guardian having to go knock anybody's doors down in Arca overall. They're going to be coming and knocking on ours.
Yeah, and the intent is not to be in their way in a mean sense or a distraction, but it's to participate in all the work and the programs that they're developing. And as they finish something and launch it, you integrate it. You immediately use it. And then you offer that feedback directly back to those organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's all
they
about
need that. They need that user base as well to validate what they're building. They're not in, at least they're in crypto, but they're not the giants just yet.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one big thing. Sorry, I was just catching up with some of the comments down here.
So I was actually going through a press release recently. I mean, I think a couple of days back, I just read this article. Things are looking very positive for crypto in the Washington side, on the US side. I think this was quoted by the FTX CEO, the FTX exchange CEO. So he was just speaking and made some comments that it's looking very positive when it comes to crypto adoption or moving ahead with crypto and blockchain technology in the US. So I'm waiting to hear some news on that in the coming days.
Yeah, because with that, the thing is, crypto's been around now. It's planted in the ground. The concrete's been laid. It's not going anywhere. I think we've overcame that hurdle. And the next step is, if you can't get rid of it, you might as well join it. And that mass adoption is what's coming next. It's already primed. There was a very good example with where crypto shines. And that was something I seen on the news earlier today. With what's going on, I'm not going to try to bring too much of the real world stuff in, but the situation that's aspiring overseas right now, fiat is becoming a big issue within the country.
Yes.
Well, what's the saving grace? And they're already open this probability, the opportunity. Ukraine is taking donations within crypto, and it's being widely accepted.
Yes.
I've been tracking the wallets, tracking some things going on, and it blows my mind. When we seen those big green candles on the charts yesterday, it had me kind of curious, like, why are we, with the trend that's going on out there, how are we seeing this? And then I heard that news today, and it's like, okay, it makes sense. But the long story short is, where fiat has failed, crypto had picked up the reins and kept running with it.
Let me give a small stat update on that. El Salvador, being a country which had almost 70 to 80% of the population unbanked, is now having almost 65 to 70% of them banked through Bitcoin. So that's the way that they have actually turned over from their unbanked to the people who are into crypto, and now the government can track the transactions. That's how easy it is. When it comes to adoption, it's not the normal wallet that you use for transaction, right? In Bitcoin, there is a specific app that the government has outsourced to a third party vendor. So they will be having the transactions made through that specific app. So each and every aspect is done with a KYC, as well as everyone knows where the money is moving.
Yes.
How easy it is, and no one is there to maintain the ledger. It's all available on the blockchain explorer for you.
You gotta love it. Gotta love that transparency.
And I mean, in my opinion, we try so hard to get so many of our friends and family in on this great investment, this great opportunity, but it's going to be 10 times easier once Guardian's out. I mean, people are going to be asking us how to get into it versus us trying to push it and say, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
So,
yes. Well, one of the things you can do with that is ask them what makes them hesitant, where their fear is, or their lack of information or their knowledge, because that's probably shared by a lot of people that stay away from crypto, and that's something that Archangel, that we can dive into and find out why are people avoiding it. What fears do they have?
I mean, it all comes down, most of the people that I've spoken to, it comes down to, they've got it stuck in their heads that there's no utility, there's no function. It's just something that's made up out of thin air. They don't understand. They don't understand. And so, I didn't understand, to be honest. I didn't understand. And Archangel, the community, the project, everything, Joe's wonderful knowledge, everybody's knowledge for that matter, has helped me be able to gain my traction and understanding of crypto. And so, I'm hopeful that we'll have some more friends and family getting into it here soon too. So.
Yes. And word of mouth. That's the whole thing. It's going to start spreading like wildfire. There's absolutely no doubt. So let's see.
Yeah. Our Arca is the idea and solution engine. I mean, we've got to get those conversations happening within Archangel so that we can peel through them and start to do some discovery.
I had a fun conversation, and I'm taking a class on industrial and organizational psychology. And so it's all about work culture. And this is my work these days. And so that's what I talk about. And my teacher was one who is not necessarily keen on it, but he did allow me some floor space to be able to sit down and talk to the class about it a little bit. So that was kind of cool.
Excellent. Yeah. There's definitely some psychology with it. Like you had mentioned, some of your friends and family that just don't understand it. There's also one of the big deterrents is the use of the technology. It frightens people. If they don't understand it, and if the technology itself doesn't make sense to them, then they won't invest in it. They don't understand the actual blockchain itself.
I mean, ironically, our friends and family that are not the best with technology are the ones who want to get into it. So it's kind of an easier fix because I even have solutions that I'm like, oh, hey, you can go here, I can explain it, the basics anyways. But then it kind of turns into a part-time job doing it for them. And I am not a financial advisor. So
every conversation I get into with somebody about crypto, I'm telling you, I have to devote 3 to 5 hours of my day. We're going to sit down, we're going to have dinner, and we're going to go over, because that's the same stuff that I get to is they either don't know the technology, or what has really ruined it is mainstream media. And the narrative that's been laid out there. And that's what has been burnt into most people's minds. And the harsh reality is, for every one bad thing, there's 5 good things that is happening within crypto, and digital assets, blockchain altogether. And that's the thing, like that time is coming. It's here.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
The issue I run into is then saying that he runs into is people are in their own way. Yeah, most of the time they're in their own emotion, their own fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That big FUD. The worst thing about somebody getting into the space is that their own personal FUD. They don't know, they're not comfortable with their strategies because they're new to this area. When they start researching, they realize the depth of it and the requirements and the diligence that's needed. And how quickly and easily it is to get wrapped up in that rabbit hole.
Exactly.
That's the most dangerous thing out there. And that's the sad part is some of us that has been through that, we had enough strength. We knew what we were getting into. We left emotion on the side and we moved on and we stayed with it. But the people, the majority, probably 90% who encounter them problems, they'll come across it one time and they'll turn away and never look back. And so we're...
Yeah, sorry, Kerry, I cut you off.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, FUD is something that you can definitely utilize to your advantage. And it is something that you need to look out for, especially when, not financial advice, especially when you want to really invest in the project. The main reason there being, FUD only appears or probably comes into picture a lot and bugs you only if your awareness is not up to the mark. So it's all about educating yourself about crypto, building that awareness around what's actually happening, because some random person in Telegram whom you have not even known your entire life comes back and says this is not right, this is not correct. You first need to go ahead and check that. You first need to vet that information that's coming out from that specific person. Even if you are seeing about promotion of a project, you need to go ahead and do your due diligence, a little bit of research, understand how a project can actually succeed. Here with Archangel, in fact, tomorrow someone comes and says, oh, liquidity is not locked. Do you really want liquidity to be locked? We all saw what is the actual problem when the contract migration happened with liquidity lock in place. So there are certain aspects where you need to think of in other angles as well, because just because 10 people are speaking that this is right doesn't mean it's the right thing. There is something better for you to actually do. So that only comes with awareness. When it comes to FUD, you can definitely utilize it as a strength in terms of your investment, provided you have the education and awareness about it. And how do you get educated or create awareness? It's just about you reading. That's all I would say. So know about the crypto world, know about how it operates, know about specific projects, know how to do research, then get your feet deep into it. Apart from that, if you are just FOMOing just because people said this is going to 10x, this is going to 50x, this is going to 100x, you're going nowhere. Sometimes it works. It's a gamble. Yes, I agree, but not all the time. So you need to be pretty much careful. And anyone who is trying to spread FUD around, majority of the people who try to spread FUD are people who do not know about how things work.
Exactly. And that is where I've seen so many opportunities to capitalize on education. Because
I'm sorry, Kelly. I've spoken to a lot of people in DMs. Many of them have actually DM'd me also on certain other projects, including Archangel, asking me why is the price low? Why is the price? I said, why are you bothered about price? Is the project not moving forward? Then just hold on. Now, Apple is not at the right share price right now. What we see today within a span of couple of years, it took its own time. All those big companies, not comparing this to Apple, just quoting, all those big companies definitely took time to go ahead and evolve. And with the kind of technology that we have right now, that evolution is shortened by such a short span of time that whatever they were able to achieve within 10 years, now it's possible to achieve within a year or even lesser than that. You need to give it that time. And you need to give, just take this for an example. Guardian, or the entire Epic that initially started, was a 9-month duration project, right? Then it dropped down to somewhere around probably 6 months. That was the time frame that they targeted. And now you have all the components getting developed side by side. And that too, within a span of 3 to 4 months after the actual token launch of Archangel. Now, how cool would that be? That is the way that you are adopting technology. That is the fast pace at which technology itself is evolving. So the people who embrace it, people who know how to utilize that particular technology, will definitely go ahead and succeed. So you need to understand how it all works in the back end, and then take a step back and think, what is it that's happening? And how is it that this project is going to succeed? What are they doing in the background? So give it the time, and then worry about the FUD and things that are going out. People can speak
Yeah.
anything, right? I can go ahead and say Arca is not a good project. Substantiate your statement, please. So, yeah, substantiate your statement. Prove it to me that the Arca is not a good project, or prove it to me that this is not happening,
No.
right? Then, yeah, it's definitely a constructive feedback. See,
Yes.
FUD is something that can also be constructive sometimes for the project also, but it is the way that you put across information that matters. When you
Yep.
make a statement about any project, be it Arca, Guardian, or anything as such, substantiate it, give it a proper valid reason as to why you are making that claim or a statement. Then yeah, it's a learning curve for everyone. Even the projects have learned from FUD as well. So that's how
Right.
it goes.
It's all about that, the communication, and it's about learning
Yeah.
with where the investors are, like the problems that you overcome. That's the whole point with Arca. It's listen to the community of what's happening, where has the problems lied. One of the things here, what is the best way? I want to point this out is what is the best way to learn the deeper details of crypto and blockchain? Right now, it truly is self-education, but you got to be cautious of the resources that you utilize.
Yeah.
I was listening to a Twitter space one night. Soak in the general picture, but don't soak in the details. And what that is meant is the way that was perceived is when they were talking about YouTubers out there, somebody giving their personal opinion. Soak in the
Yeah.
general concepts. Don't pay attention. Is this coin this or is this coin that? Look at the fundamentals. That is one way to start to understand the processes. The other thing, Guardian. When Guardian brainstorm comes around,
All right.
that is its point and its purpose and its utility is exactly to understand a little bit more about what's happening and to also to make that process easier for you. Mr. DeLuca actually had a very good question, and honestly, this is one that I personally cannot answer, but I definitely wanted to address it. With the markets crashing a few days ago, being so volatile because of the threat of the possible war of what's going overseas or over the pond, is Arca doing anything to protect the Arca liquidity from falling to critical levels? I personally am not in a place to be able to say anything about that besides on the surface of what I know. Arca's paired with ETH. That is something that cannot change. That is out there, the liquidity set. It is a live trading pair. So no matter what, that token, that contract is going to trade with ETH. So that is something that, is set in place, at least from my perspective of my understanding. So with that is a challenge now going forward. There is precautions that's being put in place, especially with the new projects, the epics being built. That's something that they got to consider. If you notice, certain things are being done in stable coins just to kind of help things. Let's see.
Let me just add into that, Caddy. I mean, liquidity is something that is under no one's control. Once it's provided, it is an open market to everyone. And I don't think so liquidity will fall to any critical levels until and unless almost 80% of the people who have invested in Arca or any other project that is part of Arca ecosystem pulls out their liquidity or pulls out their tokens. And that is something that is not bound to happen because transactions keep happening. As and when you see one ETH sell, there will always be a subsequent 1.5 ETH buy. I mean, just quoting on a random number. All right. So, I mean, those kind of transactions, if one part of the world is actually selling, the other part of the world is actually buying it. There will always be such kind of transactions happening. So I don't see anything related to falling to a critical level. The main reason here being, if that has to happen, then 80% of the holders will have to go ahead and liquidate their positions.
And recently we've seen I myself kind of helped do some back work on processing the wallets that came through for the pre-sales, and I was just astounded. I mean, most people have not sold anything. I mean, most wallets, most people invested are here, and they're here for the long haul. They're not selling, and they haven't. And so it was inspiring for me to see that. So
yes,
good thing that you brought up all those many big wallets that are part of the Archangel family. So they are not sold. So once you have these big wallets actually keeping the amount of the tokens with them without selling, then you definitely will not see that critical level of liquidity happening.
Yes.
Well, the more you want liquidity, that's what makes your price stable. You don't want to remove liquidity that makes the price unstable. You want to take advantage and add as much liquidity every chance you get. You don't want to pull it out.
Right.
Yes.
The more liquidity in, the more like you said, Joe, the more stability into the price.
Yeah, the more stable it is.
And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. You know, it's about a numbers game with that. It's about the ratio that's in and the trading volume that's happening.
Yes.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure to make that point too.
Yeah, you're right, Caddy. You're right. Absolutely right. I mean, as far as pairing it with a stable token goes, it ideally doesn't matter, because irrespective of whether you pair it with a stable token or Ethereum, I mean, the Ethereum price fall might impact the actual price of Arca, but when it comes to liquidity as such, it doesn't impact, because your liquidity is still in Ethereum value. It's not the dollar value of Ethereum. It's like if you say 1 Ethereum of liquidity is what you're provided, it's 1 Ethereum that would be available all the time. Right. So it doesn't depend on whether the dollar value changes of Ethereum. Where you would see the actual impact is a little drop in the price value of your Archangel or any other specific token that's paired with Ethereum when the Ethereum price drops a little, because it's the pair that will have a price.
Yes.
Right? That's it.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, guys, we've already broke our rule of thumb that we stated tonight. We're at an hour and 40 minutes.
Well, we do have these 3 wonderful people as part of our stream today. So obviously, no complaints on having it extended.
I was going to say, because if we ended this early, I actually had kind of a plan. I was going to kick over an after party over in a Twitter space afterwards. Surprise. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Depends how late we roll. So,
yeah.
Next week we'll give away an NFT.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Let's
now
do that
that's
next
a
week.
bomb drop. Look at
so
that.
Go to the did you keep your rareable site?
It
open?
is in here somewhere. Give me 1 second. That'll only take me.
I want to show you something really interesting.
There we go. We're back. Let's see. Yep, we're back there. Let me find my screen again. There we go.
All right. So scroll down.
There we go.
Keep going. Keep going. Somewhere right in there. All right. Go up. Do you see the Guardian ones in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. The very first Guardian NFT that came out was the blue one that's fading in and out. The one that just says Guardian NFT.
Yes.
That's the very first Guardian NFT. The second Guardian NFT came out with a typo in it.
I see that.
See that? That was the very second Guardian NFT. And that's when Storm and I were messing with the platform and trying to figure out all the different settings to use, the different types of auctions or place bids. That is the only one that exists with a typo in it. And it's the second Guardian NFT ever produced.
Wow.
We'll give that one away next Sunday night.
Oh, that is like, ending up with that dollar bill that has a star in the serial number, or I'm a monetary collector.
There's no way to change it. I mean, yeah, it's a typo. It's not a big deal, but it kind of is.
Yeah. It happens. It's that one of a kind. It's that unique thing, that ended up on the press to be minted, and it got offset a little bit.
Yep. It's a coin with an error on it. It's a piece of currency with an error on it, and I have a feeling that NFT is going to be something to hold on to. So we'll give that away next Sunday. We'll do it during the cafe. We'll do it for we'll do the hashtag poll like you guys did last weekend. So whoever's on the live stream, we'll take a poll, and we will give that NFT away.
And leave Crispy out of that poll.
No Crispy.
Yeah, no Crispy. No.
So the tag will be hashtag no Crispy. Or Crispy doesn't win the NFT. Or no NFT for Crispy.
He's like, true requirements for his giveaway. Your name has to be Crispy and your real name.
Right.
Yeah. And that's amazing, because for most people within the crypto space, NFT is its own niche, right? So this is an opportunity for most who don't understand NFTs, an opportunity to get into it. Yeah, I did not even catch that earlier when I was reviewing this.
Oh yeah. I mean, once it was put out there and minted, it was too late to pull it back, and it was unique. It was like a oh no, what do we do now? Quick, make another one with it spelled right. Quick, get a new one out there. So
Yeah.
Steve and I were racing through that, and then it's just unique, so we left it.
Oh man.
Nice. I really love the one with all the images as a collage. I think that's an auction, right? The Archa community. That
Where
one.
is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
The left bottom, the white Archa wing. Yeah. That's running there for. Yeah. If you could just zoom in, I mean, you could see all those major community members which are part of this picture.
Oh my goodness. I did not even notice that.
Yeah, if your photo was submitted, Storm included that in the collage.
That's very
This
cool.
is unique.
That is really neat.
This is really unique.
Crap. Mr. Oslin, we're burned into this. It looks like Miss Bread, Joe, Antonio. Yes.
Yeah.
We have AI as well.
Yes, he's in here. I've seen it in here somewhere. My eyes are running together.
But it's it's just an example of what with a lot of creativity, things that you can put together that mean they mean a lot. Like these are significant pieces of art. Maybe not to anybody but the Archa community, but these are special.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think me and you had a talk about this, just a friendly conversation one night, and I was running that idea about an NFT that tells a story behind it, like legitimately has that unique story. That's exactly on point. I like it. So thanks, Mr. Oslin. I did not even notice that at all.
No problem.
So make a note. We'll for next Sunday night we'll give that NFT away. The only requirement is that you've got an ERC wallet that can receive an NFT. I think MetaMask is probably the best one to use. But I know Coinbase wallet can hold them and all that good stuff. So
yeah, I looked through. I seen Trust has the NFT platform, but Mr. Oslin was stating sometimes it's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah. And the other thing too with these NFTs, if you buy an NFT for 0.05 ETH, you can turn around and sell it. You can turn around and put it right back on the platform for sale, and somebody else can buy it, and the same proceeds go back to that L Bank pool.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's good to know.
Yeah. And you don't have to sell it for more than you bought it for. I mean, of course, it's an NFT, and if you may be able to make some money on it, but
Well, it's nice to know that the money keeps going back into L Bank with another sale.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the power of NFTs. It gives you that option, that privilege to be able to collect, to create those royalties.
Yes.
Essentially, that's what we could call it, is a royalty coming off.
Yeah, it's a royalty. You set it up.
It's a royalty,
when you're launching the NFT, the royalty is selected.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think the max is around 20 or 25%.
Yeah. But we think this is going to open up the door to to the creative aspects from the community, and you can see Storm's talent; it's incredible. We've got other really incredible artists within the community. There's just fantastic talent within the Archa community, and it's time to celebrate that.
Definitely, and this gives them that opportunity to expose that potential and to better their own skill sets. That's one thing, the motivation or the initiative behind this, it's a trifecta of a win. We're, the community is building their skills, being able to contribute back to the community, to help with L Bank, to help the creators, and to just shine. That's the best way I can put it, is to let themselves step outside their box and see what they can do. Yeah. Because guess what? Everybody starts somewhere. That's the thing. Right. But you got to take that first big step to say, I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
and moreover, Caddy, I mean, this is a win-win situation for both Archangel as a project. Like I said, it's another stream of revenue for your funds or your development of the project. But on the sidelines, the artist himself is also making some money from his side. So it's a win-win situation for both. It's not like one is losing and the other one is gaining.
Right. That's the thing about NFTs. They're a unique asset. They're not, they're not attached to a token. You're not going to affect the price. It's like having the real Mona Lisa. Actually, somebody brought up a very valid point with me the other day, and I was trying to explain NFTs, non-fungible versus fungible. And one valid argument, and oh my goodness, like I did not picture this. And it comes back to about unique money that was misprinted or has its own thing, right? So I use as that example as fungible assets. And then he's like, well, and the thing is, he had a very valid argument. He's like, no, he's like, fiat could be both a fungible and non-fungible asset. And I mean, we're going back and forth. And I'm loving this collaboration. And he's like, well, what about that unique dollar bill? The one that has the stars, the one that was misprinted and cut off the edge. I said, okay, that is a very valid statement. That particular dollar is not considered a dollar for trade. That goes into a frame on a wall, just like the Mona Lisa, or I keep saying that one. My creative mindset is shut down, or Degas.
Well, you can spend that misprinted dollar if you want. It's still worth $1.
Yes.
But there's probably some collector someplace that's going to be extremely upset with you.
Yes. And that's the thing, but
any collectible can be an NFT for you.
Yeah,
it cannot be just an artwork. Any collectible can be NFT. I've been spending the past 3 weeks learning about this NFT space and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty big.
Yes.
Even your normal fiat currency can be an NFT. Let me quote you that. What if you build an NFT with just an artwork? Just take a normal dollar bill and say this is $100 and the worth is $100. That would go out there. And if anyone is going ahead tomorrow and accepting NFTs for payment, it might happen that you just own that NFT and that's your digital currency. It's a possibility. I'm just quoting. It's a possibility. So, lot many things or use cases that are there for NFTs as such.
Yes. No, that's the thing. That space, it's still discovering, and it has a lot of discovery to do.
Big time. So early in that NFT world. I mean, you listen to the Scratch Engine team talk about how early that entire marketplace is, and it's mind-boggling. So
think of having a special access to your savings bank's account or your fixed deposit accounts through an NFT. You hold that NFT, you're the true owner of your FD or your savings bank. I mean, those are the kind of utilities you can even look at in the financial space. A lot of people just think it's just profile pictures, or it's just limited to GameFi, it's just limited to Metaverse. That's just something that's happening right now. But that's not the real use case of NFTs. There are a lot many utilities that are coming out, and people would be surprised in the coming months. It's all I can say.
Yes.
People would definitely be surprised.
Yeah, they are discovering, and just in the year of my time here, just witnessing how that's evolved. And that's just one niche of the crypto and digital asset world. That's just one little piece to the puzzle. And it shows how early the bigger picture is overall, all the way around. Let's see here. We got some new comments dropping in. What am I missing? Oh, Kira saying that is amazing. Yes.
Zen Jedi had a pretty funny joke.
Oh, he's always full of them. So how many crypto miners does it take to change a light bulb? 100,000. One miner to change it, 99,000.999 to determine who gets the credit. Yes. Let's see. Quester is in the house before the data kicks me out. So, there's a lot of big things happening. We covered about the donations and everything. It is really hard to keep this under 2 hours. Really hard.
Yeah. I mean,
I have a feeling it's only going to get harder. I mean, I feel like we have nothing but big stuff coming up. So
that just means we need to break it up into little pieces, and we'll do a little bit here, a little bit there, and get the community engaged, guys. This is just one piece of the puzzle of many things to come. So what was it we had earlier this week? I guess this was yesterday. Twitter Space. Arca's first ever Twitter Space.
That's right.
Or Arca Community, I should say. Was that yesterday, Miss Brad? I forgot.
Yeah. We're all bleeding together.
Yes, I'm that impromptu on the fly. We seen a problem. We tried to do. I guess it was trying to be held over in Reddit. Oaf and Crispy was trying to get that going, and Reddit was giving a hard time. And it's like, all right, quick fix. Let's try this. So, but it was a good time. We had a really good turnout, and enjoy seeing more things like that evolve around the community.
Yeah, there was quite a few people in there. I think I saw the recorded number at the end was like 44 at some point. So that's pretty awesome.
I think it went well.
Yeah. Except for Oaf was throwing me off. He's like, "You're breaking up real bad." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm being quiet, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what's going on." And then Blue Collar was having the same issue, and it's like, the Twitter Spaces, they're not flawless. There's something that's newer out there. They will.
Android and Twitter have some enmity between them. So if you're using Twitter Spaces through your Android devices, it might definitely have some issues. I've faced them personally. So on my PC, when I use it, it's absolutely fine. But when you're using it through your Android devices on my Android phone, sometimes you just get kicked out, or whatever you speak is not heard by the other person, or you have those crackles in voice.
Yeah, I don't know how it is over on your side,
Yeah.
but I know here in the States that you can only use your cell phone to speak in a Twitter Space. You can't do it from a desktop app.
Oh.
Yep, it can only be done from a mobile device.
Okay. Well, good to know. I have an Android, so.
So do I. That's why I was like, crap, what's going on?
Yeah.
And like, I was all prepared. I came down to the studio. I'm like, got everything set up, and I forgot about that one little tidbit. And I'm like, all right, time to go get the phone. And so yeah. But anyway, no, that's fun and something I hope to see continue on.
Yeah.
So power to you guys on that one.
So if you don't mind, a while back I saw Blue Collar asked how I got into crypto or Archangel. And so if you don't mind, I'd like to answer that. I, as most of you know, Bulls actually got into it before me, and he's the one who found you guys. And so he was just so busy with his day job and then with crypto at night that he's the one who suggested, like, start listening into the cafe. So I think he found the project in November, and I started listening in on the voice chats and the cafes probably in December. And then I, went headfirst into all the social media and Telegram, I think on January 1st. And so it really was my husband, but I have to give most of what I actually have learned is through the community. I mean, you guys were so helpful in the beginning, so and are still helpful to this day. So that is how I got it.
Well, we try. Nobody is an expert in the space, but every one of us holds some form of skill set. And it's rather something that we are good at or something that we're learning ourselves, and we're trying to maximize our exposure to it all.
When you say you're done learning, then you're done growing.
Yeah. Exactly. I wake up every day, and if I don't learn something new today, I didn't live that day. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
Yeah, our world is no longer learn, go to work, and retire. It's learn and work and learn again and work some more and learn again and work some more. And it's never going to change with how rapid technology is changing. So
right.
You will definitely get to a stage where you keep learning and you do not need to work.
Right. That's the goal, right? That's why I'm an Archangel.
Yes. Absolutely. If you do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah. So you can keep learning all the while.
Yes. Yes. All righty, guys. Well, I guess we can hold true to our word. We will keep this under 2 hours. We're at 1:58 right now.
There you go. Well, step in the right direction.
Wait.
Yeah.
So BCB, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah. So on top of our giveaway next week, I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to say let's be sure to log in next week, and preferably as early as possible. So we'll have some surprises for you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yes. Be here at the launch of the stream.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. You get that alert, that reminder, make sure to set it. Turn that bell on. Subscribe to the Archa channel, Antonio, Mr. Aslan, myself. Turn that bell on. Make sure you get that alert right before we go live. We may even give you a few minutes that might be fashionably late just to give everybody a chance. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We seem to be good about that fashionably late statement here lately, though. We're all rushing around. Literally got home. I went up, was trying to get ready real quick, and it's like, fail, hat, done.
Don't expect Pikachu costumes, all right? So that's not the fashionable entries that we are hoping to have.
We know that Mr. Aslan spends at least 5 minutes getting that ready.
Yeah.
Yes, get the
what do you call it? Ready for prime time.
The mustache.
So, Mr. Bull,
I need to get some proper coconut oil and some cream. Get that twirl out, and then
So I want to say, Mr. Bowles, Miss BCB, thank you guys, family coming on tonight and join. Thank you for stopping by. Miss Brett, as always, Joe, never stops for you, sir. Thank you for being able to find that time.
Absolutely.
Let's see here.
Thank you for having me, guys.
That's a 45-minute stack. So yeah, good night. Good cafe tonight, guys. Strong work. Always,
Yeah.
and it's all for all of you. It's you guys that keep us going. So keep that in mind. Danny, hey, awesome cafe. Definitely come by and check out at the start of next week. So Johnny, again, congratulations to you, sir. All right.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done rambling.
Bye, everybody.
See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a